Hey, friend, Church D coming at you once again. Thank you for tuning into What Does It Take to Win? We made it into the year 2021. Can you believe it? It's crazy, I know. Happy New Year to everybody who's listening to this. I took a brief hiatus. Well, it wasn't that brief, but I took a little hiatus to work on a few other projects that I had, and I took care of those. So thankfully, I'm all set and I'm back at it, and I'm ready to encourage you guys once again and help you guys obtain success and let you know what it takes to win. But before I jump into it, I just want to say I'm releasing a new album. It comes out on January 25th. So by the time you're listening to this, it might have already been released, or you might hear it right before it's being released. But the title of this new album is called Something's Missing. It's 13 awesome tracks on that full-length album. Right now it's on pre-release or pre-order on Apple Music, and you can also pre-save it on Spotify if you have that as well. It'll be available on every digital outlet on all platforms, wherever you listen to your music. And I just want you to go out there and grab it, purchase it, stream it, share it, tell somebody about it, tell your friends about it, tell your enemies about it, tell your family about it, tell your foes about it. Just tell somebody about it. Help me to collect my coins, okay? Also, in addition to me releasing original music, I've been making beats. I've been doing this, like I've been telling you guys on this podcast, since I was like a teenager, and I'm old now. So if you need some beats, if you need instrumentals, if you're a content creator like myself, or, if you just do videos, if you rap or whatever the case may be, check me out. I'm on SoundClick, or you can go to my website. Just click on the link tree in the description. It's linktree/ChurchD. Or you can go on SoundClick, like I had mentioned, SoundClick/ChurchD, and you'll find a ton of instrumentals that are composed by myself. So you can just go ahead and you can lease them, or if you want exclusive rights, you can just send me a quick DM and then we can work something out. If you don't see something there that, you can get down to, again, you could send me a quick DM. I can create something specifically for you, or I can just upload it to the page and we'll go from there. But yeah, check out soundclick.com/ChurchD if you need any beats or instrumentals. And just check out my link tree. It's linktree/ChurchD. I also have another one, linktree/ChurchD's Pro. That there's more content on there if you're curious and you want to get to know me a little bit better, or if you just want to connect on a deeper level. So that's my little promo for the beginning, but let's not delay any longer. Let's jump right into this. So the topic of this podcast is going to be called You're Not for Everyone. Now, during my hiatus, during my brief quote unquote hiatus, my time off, I was able to make some observations. I'd just been watching different interactions, and then I took some time out to reflect upon myself and certain things that I've gone through. And, I've realized that, hey, each and every one of us, every individual, we're all pretty dope. We're awesome. Like, we're really cool. But that doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to be for everyone, meaning we're not everyone's cup of tea, if you will, or we're not everybody's favorite dish, if you will. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay. We have to just get comfortable in being who we are and being ourselves. Now, it takes maturity to admit this, but sometimes we do have personal flaws, like character flaws, that we do need to work on. And that's fine. Sometimes we'll get placed into situations that will help us to build character, whether it's by choice or whether God's like, yo, man, I'm just going to put you in this situation and it's going to help you to build your character. And then once you're done with this, you're going to be like 10 times better than who you were. It's all good. But this goes for the people who are, who've already built their character, or who are still like working on it, and they're kind of aware of, what some of their flaws are, and yeah, they're just working on it. But so I have 3 points here for you guys. The first one is to stay true to who you are. Okay. The second point is to not worry about people who don't like you. And the third and final point is to just fall back sometimes, but don't cancel the people who don't necessarily like you, or who, who you're not for, if you will. Okay. So let's jump into point number 1. So point number 1, as I had just stated, stay true to who you are and don't try to be somebody you're not in an attempt to impress somebody. You can take this however you'd like, but let's start off by applying it to romantic relationships. I'm not a relationship coach. I'm a certified mental health coach. Indeed, I am. But as far as relationships, it's just something I've sort of watched and observed. So I'll speak on this a little bit. So yes, so with a romantic relationship, stay true to who you are. Don't try to be somebody that you're not. Sometimes we get into situations where, well, not situations, but stay with me here. We get into like a situation or a relationship with an individual. We see our crush. We're like, hey, I like this person. They look good. They have a pretty awesome personality from what I've seen thus far. I want to get to know them on a deeper level. I want to connect with them and, possibly take it to another level with them. Okay, great. More romantically. What's the first thing we do? We try to put our best foot forward. While there is nothing wrong with that, if you're going to put your best foot forward, please make sure you're remaining truthful to who you are. And what I mean by that is don't fake it so much until you're being somebody that you're not, because that's going to end up making you uncomfortable. So let's use this as an example. Let's pick an activity. So let's say the person you're trying to impress is into fitness and you're into, let's say, dancing, but you don't really like fitness like that. Like you wouldn't go to a gym and work out, but the person that you're trying to impress does that. Okay, so the person's like, hey, let's go work out at 5 a.m. And, early on, you're like, okay, cool. I get to hang out with this person. I'm going to get up at 5 a.m. I'm going to go work out. As time progresses, the true you is going to show itself. I mean, granted, sometimes like you get into a routine, then you're like, oh, well, this workout thing isn't so bad. Cool. That's another story. But your true self is going to show itself, if you will. You're going to be reminded that, you know what? I hate working out. I hate going to gyms. I don't like the people there. I don't like waking up at 5 a.m. to go work out. And the true version of yourself is going to come out, and this can lead to an argument like, hey, do you have to go to the gym so often, or do you have to go at 5 every day? Can we skip a day? And the person who you're trying to impress is going to be looking at you like, whoa, well, I thought you liked to do this, Or let's talk about cooking. Suppose you're the type of person who enjoys ordering takeout 4 to 5 nights a week, and the person that you're trying to interact with and get to know on a deeper level is one who doesn't do that and one who is impressed by cooking. If you try to fake that, it's going to be really bad, especially if you don't like to cook at all. So you try to impress them a little bit, say, okay, I made your favorite meal, or let me come by and let me cook something for you, or whatever the case may be. That person's going to expect that. So my advice to you in a situation like that is to just be yourself. Let them know, hey, up front, I don't really like doing this. And if that's going to be a problem, then let me know now. And then you guys could choose to say, okay, you know what? Well, that's something I'll overlook. Or it could be like, you know what? This is an absolute deal breaker. I think you're a dope person, but it's just not going to work out. And let's just be cool with each other and keep it at that. So to summarize my first point, pretty much just stay true to who you are and let people know up front what you're cool with and what you're not cool with. And they'll either like you or they'll be like, okay, you're cool, but I don't think we need to take it to that next level. And it doesn't only have to apply to romantic relationships. It could be in business or whatever your entrepreneurial venture may be as well. So that was a lot of detail on that first point. I'm going to try to speed it up and condense on the second point, which is don't worry about them not liking you. I can say that with confidence. There are there's probably more than enough people in this world who will like or love you for who you are, and not just for what you have to bring to the table. Granted, yes, there's always room for improvement, but you're good enough now. Whether it's a talent, a craft, a skill, or whatever you're working on, just remember, there's always someone who can benefit from it. If you're worried about impressing people, don't. You don't have to worry about that. You're already impressive enough. You might have a special talent that you think is mediocre, but you have admirers who are standing on the sideline just looking at you and they're going googly-eyed over your talent. Or you could just be what you consider to be an average person, who gets up daily, goes to work, pays the bills, handles their business. Somebody could be watching you from the side like, wow, this person's really independent. They're super responsible. I want to be like that, or I want to connect with them, and so on. You never know who's admiring you from afar. Your basic skill set, or well, what might be a basic skill set to you, could be an inspiration to somebody else to do 10 times better. So just keep being who you are, and don't worry about people not liking you. Because if you're doing something right, chances are you're going to have people who don't like you. You're going to have people who are haters saying, oh, well, why do they have this? Why do they have that? Well, it's because you've been grinding for it and you deserve it, and you're a good person. That was a little bit of a rant, but not too bad this time. I think I'm getting better as I get older, and we're in 2021 now, so I'm not ranting as much, right? But yeah, so that's pretty much it for my second point. Don't worry about them not liking you. There's plenty of people who will like or love you. And let's move on to my third and final point. And it's something that, we all need to do. And it might sound a little selfish, but it's not, because it actually can benefit both parties. And this third and final point is to fall back, but don't necessarily cancel them. Just because you're not for them, it doesn't make them your enemies. And you can actually be cool with them from afar. But at the same time, you don't need to be all up in their face. Okay. You can, and also take this time out to become the best version of who you are. Take time out to work on your character. Sometimes if you're not for these people, it could be related to your character. It's understandable. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's just, hey, we just don't really connect on that wavelength, and it's fine. If you can, try to not participate in cancel culture. That seems to be what's popular and trendy these days. If I don't agree with you, or if I don't agree with your thoughts or viewpoint on something, I'm going to cancel you. And that's just immature. That's not how adults handle situations. I see a lot of different things on social media, especially, that I don't agree with, from individuals that are like within my immediate circle. And I don't cancel them. I just look at it and I'm like, oh, wow, I don't agree with that, but I'm not going to cancel you. I'll keep my distance, or I'll see them out there supporting certain things where I'm like, whoa, side eye. I don't support that, but I'm not canceling them. I sort of fall back, and then I take time out to ask myself, okay, well, is there something that's going on inwardly with me that I need to work on with my character? Or is this just something where it's like, yeah, you don't have to agree with it at all, and you don't have to cancel them, especially if what is indeed the truth and they're just sort of like living a lie. It makes it even that much sweeter to just kind of sit back and say, I know the truth. I could tell you the truth if you're willing to accept it, but if not, then let me just sort of fall back and let you find your way to the truth. The truth doesn't need any explanation. It doesn't even need to be defended because it's true. That's besides the point. Let me go ahead and wrap this up, because that can go take a whole different turn. But yes, fall back, don't cancel them. Just because you're not for them doesn't mean that they're your enemies. Y'all can still be cool. Take that time out while you're falling back to work on your character. And also, give them a heads up if you're going to fall back. Don't just ghost people. That's slang for just sort of leaving them hanging without any explanation. No, don't ghost them. Let them know, hey, I need this time to work on me. It has nothing to do with you. Even if it does have something to do with them, don't tell them. Just say, hey, I need this time to work on me, and I'm going to come back much stronger. Okay. So let's go ahead and just do a quick summary of my 3 points. The first one is to stay true to who you are. Don't try to be somebody that you're not in an attempt to impress somebody. That's dishonest, and you're going to end up hurting yourself and that person in the long run. Trust me, been there, experienced it, seen it. Don't worry about them not liking you. Like I said, there's plenty of people in this world who like you, who love you, who are impressed by what you do, impressed by what you have to bring to the table, and who are probably deeply in love with you and are crushing on you. And the third and final point, fall back, but don't cancel these people. Don't feed into this cancel culture that's happening right now. You don't have to be a part of this. You can just be your own person, fall back, take time out to work on yourself. And then when you come back, you'll be even stronger. And hey, maybe at that point, you'll be that person's cup of tea. If not, if you're still not for that person, it's fine. You guys can be cordial and cool from afar. Thanks for listening to this podcast. I hope it blessed you and I hope it encouraged you. Hey, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and to share this. Share it with your friends, share it with your family, share it with people you don't even like. Share it with that person who keeps bothering you for advice. I got you covered. And lastly, if you'd like to connect with me, just click the link in the description for all of my content. I have some great things in store for you. Thanks for tuning in. God bless.